Hey guys, today is November the 20th of 2018 and I want to go over the uranium sector. A quick update using WD Gann price and time technical analysis. So please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. Alright guys, so we'll start out with our uranium futures. As you can see, this bad boy has been going higher and higher. Nothing is stopping it. Let's open this up. I added some simple moving averages. The yellow is the 20, the blue is the 50, and the gray one is kind of like a 100. And you can see, just gotta open this up a little more. This is where we're at. So we did a first impulse, retrace, second wave. They say that the third wave is the biggest wave, and this is where we're at right now. I kind of put these cycles, but it hasn't been respecting any cycles I've been putting here. So we're going to delete this one because this one became a dud. And I'm actually going to just delete all this right here because it's on its own. It's doing its own thing. There's a big disconnect between uranium futures, uranium spot, uranium ETF, and the stocks. There's a big disconnect. This thing is going higher and higher, and some of the uranium stocks are stuck or some are just selling off. So let's take it one step at a time. Right now we're at 29.15. There is a swing pivot low resistance. It blew through this one right here, which was that $28. It blew right through it. And this is the next swing pivot high, which is that 29, kind of like 68, and it looks like it's heading over there. If it gets to 29.68, then you know it's open airspace right here. It could go as high as 33.49. That's the next swing pivot low. Computer's kind of slow today. Yeah, pretty much somewhere around here, all the way up here, 33.40-ish and change. That'll be the next possible resistance. So that's what we have for the futures. Very bullish. I'm just waiting for it to do a retracement so I could do my wave 4. But right now, that's not happening. You can see it right here. I'll just open it up. This is where we're at. So I'm thinking maybe we hit there, and then we pull back. Maybe to one of the simple moving averages, or maybe this swing low, swing pivot low here, and then bounce up and maybe do wave 5 all the way up here. Well, let's see. This is just premature right now. So let's jump into also in the ETFs. I don't know, a lot of you know this, but the uranium ETF is composed of all these 10 top holdings: Cameco, Nexigen, uranium, participation, you know, and I don't know what happened. Hyundai Engineering, it's throwing me off. This is the first time I've noticed this. Mitsubishi Heavy Industry, like other companies. I don't know if they have to do with uranium or not, but it is what it is. Looks like maybe these three are the only ones. So I'm going to cover the uranium ETF, and if you have Cameco, NextGen, or uranium participation core, this will definitely be for you. I don't know about these other ones over here. Let's go over here, and let's go to our URA. So far, as you can see, this is my cycle, forecast cycle, and you can see that it's been following. The market has been following the projection line, and you can see that here it pulled back. We found a swing low here on the 10/30th. We came up here. I thought we were going to go a little higher to the 13th, but it looks like we made a low on the 13th around there, swing low. We're trying to go up, but the cycles are pointing down all the way to the 27th, and then they're going to pop, and December is not looking good. Just want to let you know, if you have Cameco, and if you have NextGen, uranium, UPC, you better be cautious. You better put some tight stops, put some levels, make sure that you don't give back whatever you gained this year. The cycle, same thing. This is totally different from here. This is a cycle that I picked up from the 8-year from 2010 till now. This is the dominant cycle. And you can see that the dominant cycle is going in sync with the URA, and it looks like it's pointing down. Here it makes a swing low here on the 27th, and then it kind of makes a swing high on, a little swing pivot high on the 12th December, and then it's not looking good in December. Just want to let you know. This is the RSI. You can see that we got overbought here. We came down. We got oversold. So, traders and scalpers are just scalping this right here. A little bit overbought. Came down. We're kind of smack in the middle. So I'm leaning that we're going bearish. The bears are in control now. That's why I say there's a big disconnect between the futures and the spot and the ETF and the stocks. Let's go real quick into the uranium spot price. You guys know I do a lot of cycle analysis with WD Gann stuff, and this is where we at right here. So this was a swing low that the uranium spot did somewhere between 28.10, and we are above it, 29.10. The month of November hasn't closed yet, but that is very bullish. This is by the end of this month, this is going to be if we're going to stay above there or we're going to turn down. That's why I say it's a disconnect. Uranium and the futures are going higher, doing their own thing, and the stocks are stagnant, and the URA cycle is pointing lower. So let's see what else we have here on this 4-year string. You can see that it's making a swing high here, and it's going down also. So cycle, projected line, 4-year string, pushing down lower. Go to the uranium spot, and you can see that the cycles here, there's one here that it's a daily. It's the brown one, and it's this one right here. This one is already topped out. We got a few more that are going to be topping out here in next year. So it'll be interesting to see if uranium continues pushing higher, if it's going to start stalling here. What else we have over here? Looking at the 4-year string on the uranium spot, you can see that it's showing that it should have a pullback down somewhere in between May of next year and then continue its momentum higher. Let's look at the other 4-year I have. You can see that it's same thing. It should be topping out here with this ellipse geometry I have. It should be pulling down to maybe August. But we'll see. We'll see if that's going to pan out. And then it should resume higher. And looking at Gann square, we see that we're above. We haven't kissed this angle right here, so I'm interested to see what is going to happen when it gets up here. I think that's it for the spot, but very bullish. It's in sync with uranium futures. They're going upwards. And let's look at the stocks. Let's go Cameco. You can see Cameco. Where are you? Cameco, nice doji selling pressure right here. It's holding this pivot right here, that 1193. It's above the 20, the 50. So this is probably one of the stronger ones that I've seen. So let's see if it gets down to the 20, if it's going to kiss that, and let's see how it handles it. This is the Canadian stocks. DNN, bearish, below the 20, below the 50, finding support at the 100. I bet you it's going to go down to 52.82 and even 51.51. So that's bearish. What's this? Energy Fuse, UUUU. This is one of the guys in the chat like this. Bearish, below the 20, below the 50, kind of chopping around between the 100. I wouldn't be a buyer of this. And if I had a position on this, I would be scaling out or locking in some profits. I could definitely see it coming down to 245, unless this doesn't hold at 276. Those are the popular ones. There's some here that are not that. Rio, let's see, RIO, bearish. Below the 20, below the 50, chopping around here. I can see it coming down to that 48.13 and even this 47.34. Not looking too good. BHP, bearish. Below the 100, the 200, the 50, and the 20. He's trying to survive here, but it's bearish. I can see it finding support 45.19, 44.54, all the way down to 44.19. You could probably look at the weekly, and you can see what you have here when they're kind of like tight. Yeah, you see it's failing the 20 and the 50. I can see it coming down all the way to at least $43. Let's look at the Rio. Yeah, same thing. I can see it coming down and testing some of these lows over here. Failed the 50, yeah, so you could probably do a 1 ABC. Let's see, UEC, bearish. Below the 20, 50, 100, you can see the selling pressure here. Red candles. It could go as low as even 96. It could test that low all the way down here. So I wouldn't be holding this because we're in a bear cycle. And this is the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Bearish. Below all the moving averages and the 20. I would not hold this. I would be getting rid of it. Possible pivots 113 and all the way to 96. It's gonna go down. URA. We done this, I think. What's holding this is holding the 20. Below all these moving averages. Just kind of sideways, but, you know, I think it's going to go lower. Looking at the weekly, yep, failed the 20. It's going to push lower. It's probably going to retest as 1131. URG on the weekly, failed the 20, kind of hovering around the 50. Possible support would be that 67.41, the 65. If that doesn't hold, it's gonna test these lows right here and maybe find support at that 54.17. Let's look at the daily on this. And you're kind of holding that 20. You let go of that 20, you're coming down here to 66.74. Fail that, you might retest that 59.13 right here. We'll see. And LEU, you're like holding on to that 20 right there, 227. So get the weekly. Yeah, not looking good. You fail the 20. You could probably even go lower. Find support at that 169 all the way to the 138. And if you're going real extreme, the 81 cents right here. So that's it. That's what I'm covering. My thoughts on the uranium sector. Uranium spot, very strong, but coming into maybe a possible stalling, but we'll see. Futures, very strong. Let's see once we kiss to 29.78, what it's going to do then. If it continues pushing higher, then, I mean, like I said, big disconnect. I mean, looking at the futures and looking at spot, it should, all these stocks should be just ramping up. Why? I don't know why it's so negative. Look at all this, all red, red. It's just red everywhere. Cycles, and that's what I'm leaning, is that whatever it is, I don't know if this is affecting all of them, but the cycles are pushing lower, and I don't know if this is going to drag the futures and spot down, or one of them is going to give, or all the stocks are going to just catch up to the spot and the future. But that's my thoughts. Hopefully you like this video. Subscribe, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the uranium sector.